What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here, back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the BUZZmod Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Akaza figure. And I know I am super late for this one. I hope that you guys still want to see my opinion on it, because I am excited to talk about it. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and get right into that sexy packaging. Now for the packaging, it's the same thing we've been getting with all the BUZZmod releases. This huge box with a fairly decent amount of accessories. As you can see, the color always fits more or less the theme of the character. You do have black on this side, and then you have the purple on this side that I guess kind of represents the color of his jacket. You got the window where you can see the figure. It says Aniplex, Demon Slayer, BUZZmod 112. I said BUZZmod, whatever. BUZZmod, I don't know what any of that crap says, 112. On the side it says Demon Slayer, BUZZmod. On this side, same thing. At the top it just says BUZZmod, Kimetsu no Yaiba, BUZZmod, yada yada yada. And then on the back you got the figure with some poses you can get it into, as well as a bunch of legal stuff that I can't read because this figure was imported. So finally, once again, let's go ahead and bust this figure out of the package, because I know this is one I waited a long time to get to. And there's a reason for it, but we're not going to get into all of that. Now, straight out of the packaging, we have pretty much the only demon from Demon Slayer I actually like, because he's really freaking dope. Kokushiba is fire. Let me take that back. Kokushiba, I think that's how you say it, is super fire. But I don't know, man. I just really like Akaza, man. I feel like his character arc is just so amazing. And I'm not going to go off the rails this review because of how late I am. You guys probably just want to hear my opinion and that's it. But yeah, I really just like Akaza. But I do have a question for you guys who are Demon Slayer fans. Who, if you've read all the way through Demon Slayer, who's your favorite demon? I really want to know you guys' opinion for you people who are watching my late review on this guy. But let's not waste any time and take a closer look so I can get into the details of this exceptional figure that Figma failed to deliver for us. Now, taking an up close and personal look at this guy, I gotta say, this figure is everything that people said it was. He looks amazing. You've got that sinister Akaza look. Actually, I can't even really say that it's sinister, man. It's just like a menacing smile. He is super brolic, man. My guy is swollen. And I love it, man, because Akaza is supposed to be like pure muscle. If you look hard enough, you can actually see the veins and everything in his arm. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. The detail for the, I don't know if you want to call them tattoos, but they look like tattoos, so that's what I'm going to call them. But you can see like the paintwork on these very clean, man. They did a great job. I don't like that that logo on the back, but I mean, it's going to be covered by his jacket anyway. But through and through, man, you see the paintwork is very clean. Also in the hair, the eyes are painted very nicely. I love how you can see the number, his upper moon number in his eyes. You can also see the detailed lines. I guess you can call them like cracks in his eyes. I don't know what you want to call them, but yeah, the paint on the pants is clean. It's just white. I really wish they would have went and added in like some blue shading or something. I do want to tell you guys, I can tell that these will brown if you touch them a lot, so be wary of that. Maybe you can get something to wipe that off. If you guys know something, please let me know, because I hate when white figures turn brown. Had that issue with SH Figure Arts Frieza several times. But all the way down to the legs, man, my guy is just swollen. Look at those calves, bro. Look at those calves. My boy look like if he kick you, it's a wrap. The beads look good. The feet look good. The paintwork on it is just clean through and through. Like I said, man, this is a very beautiful looking figure. So I'm not going to stick to this segment too long. Let's go ahead and put him back so we can see how tall he stands. Now for the height on this guy to the top of his head, as you guys can see, he's just shy of 6 inches. Not quite there, but obviously still within 6-inch scale. I think he's pretty much the same as most BUZZmod figures, and we will be doing quite a few size comparisons a little bit later. They are going to be all Figma with one BUZZmod, just because I don't really collect the BUZZmod line too much anymore, just because I had to get rid of them at the time. But yeah, we ain't getting into that. Moving on to the articulation, he looks up about that much. Now it's going to come out of the neck as well. He looks down only about that much, but you can get the chin to touch the chest. Just watch that faceplate because it will come off. He does get quite a bit of tilt and turn. The neck on this guy is very stiff, but you still can get Akaza to be very expressive. Unfortunately, with that small neck, sometimes it can look awkward in certain positions, certain angles. It just depends on how you pose it. Now the arms go up and out about that much. It's the same as all BUZZmods. You do have that complete gap underneath because that section is missing, but that is there for articulation purposes because as you can see, my guy can punch all the way in due to that missing piece underneath the arm. So you don't have to have butterfly joints. It's just built in like that, and it works. You do get swivel out of that as well. Certain angles can look very ugly, so be wary of that. As far as the arms go, they are single jointed. You get almost double jointed range. I mean, you can get him to put his hands behind his head, but why would you want to at this point? This guy's very stiff, man. That's crazy. I know you guys can hear that, but you do get a swivel right here as well. I'm gonna have to see if I can oil these, man. I really hope I can. The hands are on a hinge that moves around very well. Also, at the diaphragm, he leans back very far. Watch out for the gaps. He leans forward well enough, and he does get a little bit of rocker. Oops, I knocked off the hand. He does turn at the waist just a tad. I'm knocking stuff off of this guy for real. That's crazy. Which, I mean, it's my fault for posing him around like this, but we got to show the articulation. He does get really good crunch. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I didn't even know it was that much. That is great. And he can, as long as you pose it right, lean back quite a bit as well. Just be careful, man. The articulation on this guy, I feel like it's a little wonky in comparison to some of the others. You can pose him around, but it just feels a little stiff, and pieces are literally just falling off everywhere. That's my fault for being a little rough, and I actually had that tucked underneath. So, no, my boy can lean very far back. I just had this lower piece right here tucked into the pants too much. Sheesh, this guy can lean back very far. That I like. That I like a lot. Forget the pieces. We ain't worried about that. That's my fault. The legs are on a drop down method, so he can kick out about that far. He can kick back. He can do the splits very well. He does have a built-in thigh swivel. Single jointed knees, but if you guys know the accessories with BUZZmod, they often, or always actually, include extra knees for better mobility and range for whenever the figures or characters are basically have their knees bent. So yeah, he doesn't have a swivel right here like I thought he did. He does, wow, his foot goes down far. Up about that much. Does kinda rock very, very far. And then he does have a toe hinge. So articulation wise, this guy's good, man. He's really, really good. It's just super stiff. You guys might not be like that, but mine is like very, very stiff, and it could be because he's been sitting in the package right next to my window, which it's cold outside, so I think that's what it is. But I'm going to put some oil on the joints, and then we'll see what happens. Now, when it comes to accessories for this guy, I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. BUZZmod just absolutely made Figma look silly. And you really get what you pay for in this instance, because Akaza is just a brawler character. They could have easily just gave us a few hands, one or two faceplates, and been done. But no, BUZZmod went in. He has 4 faceplates. We have his signature smile right here, a teeth gritted face for when he's angry fighting Rengoku. We have this, which is my favorite. It's almost like a concerned, or maybe even a like thinking Akaza. I don't know. It's just like a very dope expression, and it's unusual for companies to do something like this. I really love that one. We do have his signature evil laugh, which I love. He comes with 2 pair of fist hands, or 2 fist hands. He comes with 2 gripping hands, which, what does Akaza even hold? Like, what was the point in throwing that in there? I'm happy about it, but it's just like, yo, what? And I appreciate stuff like that. He comes with 2 hands for when he does his deadly stance. He comes with 2 kind of like gripping-ish type hands or just attack pose hands. He comes with 2 pair of relaxed hands, 2 flat palm hands, and then he comes with these 2 hands that are like martial arts Dragon Ball hands. Of course, he does come with his jacket as well. I really only threw that in because it's there and it wasn't attached to him when he was in the package. And I said jacket, but it's more of a vest. And that's still not all. Now, he does also come with 4 different effect pieces as well. As you guys can see at the top, he does have these punching effects. And then at the bottom, he does have these kind of swoosh-ish kick effects. And I really think it was a great idea for them to include these. They could have easily left these out. And it's not even something most of us collectors would have thought to complain about. This was just genius on BUZZmod's part. And these effects can probably be used on other figures. I do really love the blue paint and how it kind of fades to that white. The color choice on these was just brilliant. They did a great job including those. Now, he does also come with the alternate legs. These are for when you want to get him in more dynamic poses. I really wish they could implement this articulation into the legs that come on the figure in the packaging, but with how thick the pants are, I can see why that would prove to be difficult. So I would say I guess this is a great alternative. I love these and I am more than happy with them. Last but not least, he does come with a base for whenever he's doing his deadly stance, or Akaza, if you guys know what I'm talking about. This looks way superior to the Figma. For one, it's not just a giant piece of plastic with something stuck on it. This is a sculpted piece with the I don't know, the design painted on, and this just looks really good, man. I would love if this was a light up base. I'd be all over that. I would have paid extra for that too, even though this is a very expensive figure now. But I like this thing a lot, man, and I feel like once again this choice was genius. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to a couple of Figma Demon Slayer figures. We have him standing next to the Figma Tanjiro Kamado. We have him standing next to the Figma Rengoku and the Figma Inosuke. Now, when it comes to the Rengoku, I do want to say that the Figma is actually taller than the BUZZmod. If you don't believe me, go back and watch my Figma review. I did do a size comparison between both, and the Figma's actually taller. Meaning, I think it looks a little bit better with the BUZZmod Akaza, which I think the Figma is better than the BUZZmod Rengoku anyway. Can't believe I'm saying that, but yes. Next up, here he is standing next to a Figma Nezuko, a BUZZmod Tengen Uzui, as you can see, who is standing way taller than Akaza, by the way. And then last but not least, the Figma Zenitsu. And now that I think about it, I don't even think Nezuko and Zenitsu matter, because I don't think they ever met Akaza. I might be wrong. I should know this as many times as I've read Demon Slayer, but I don't think that they do. Here he is standing next to an SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen Greatness Yuta Okkotsu, an SH Figuarts Dragon Ball CGI Goku, and a Metacom or Mafex Symbiote or Black Suit Spider-Man, whichever you want to call him. Last but not least, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends 3-pack Daredevil, a Dawson model Popeye, and a Bandai America Big Vec or Vecna from Stranger Things. Now, when it comes down to my final thoughts on this guy, you guys pretty much already know what to expect. I'm not going to say anything that hasn't already been said. This figure is just ultimately better than the Figma in every aspect. I would say that I did like the general sleekness and the overall look of the Figma better, just because I like the more simplistic look for the character, if that makes any sense. But other than that, this figure just beats the Figma in articulation, accessories, and dang near everything else, man. There's really no comparison between the two of them, and it sucks because the Figma made me so angry because I really wanted to like that figure and I just couldn't. And so I had to not necessarily settle for this one, but stick to this being my primary, instead of being able to enjoy both from each line as I normally do when I collect things. There was just almost nothing to enjoy about the Figma. So yes, this is the one that I recommend picking up. Now, that being said, this guy right here goes for some money now. I believe when it first came out, you could get it for roughly 90 to about 110. Now I see this guy no less than 170, and I've seen him sold for as much as 250. That being said, make sure you do some looking around before you make a purchase. Honestly, this guy seems to be sold out everywhere except for on eBay, but there are some eBay sellers that are selling it for roughly like $150 if you look hard enough and you basically be patient. I hate to put it that way, but yeah, that's pretty much what you have to do. Now, is he worth $150? No, and most BUZZmod figures are not. Honestly, I think that these should be roughly $90 figures, and that should be it. There's no way they should go over that price limit because of all the reuse, and then plastic quality is not necessarily that great. Paint and everything and detail, all that's good, but it's not fantastic, to be honest. There are plenty of companies, SH Figuarts, Figma, and of course Mafex, that are making better figures, sometimes Figma, but they're making better figures for a cheaper price. So I just had to throw that out there. But yeah, this is a very expensive figure now, so if you want it, just do some digging. Now, I don't want to go too far with this, so I'm going to cut it off right there. That is my review. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.